Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we are back at the northeast end of Jeju Island in the town which name I still refuse to try to pronunciate. So yeah, you should know where we are, but today we are not here for the heavy duty dealership for once. I'm here to buy a new property because that's something that you can do in this game, and I think it's something that we should have a look at some point. Right now, I'm mainly buying this as a teleport point, so I can now just select the home icon and just teleport here for yeah, 100 coins, and yeah, that's pretty convenient, especially if I want to come back here for any job or to just buy another vehicle or something. So this will be something that we are going to take a closer look at later. I don't think it will happen in this episode, especially looking at my bank account right now. Um, I think, as far as I remember, the devs have recently added a few more house models that you can build on your property. So yeah, that's something that I want to check out. I have an idea that I proposed for the game, I think a few weeks ago, or even up to a month by now, about maybe allowing people to build up their own businesses on the properties, because right now, yeah, you can have some residential homes, you can have some garages, which are kind of cool because you don't just plop them down, but you can actually build them up. But it doesn't really do too much right now, so yeah, I hope we get a few more interactable things later down the line. Anyways, another reason why we are here today is to resupply a few businesses. I started this supply chain a few episodes ago, actually in multiple different episodes. We bought some meat containers, amazing sounding word, to the meat factory over here, and also by now a lot of milk to the cheese factory. And I think now it's time to finally do the next step in the supply chain and bring the cheese and meat to the different fast food restaurants around the place. This is the reason why I bought the Kira van to begin with. I mean, admittedly, it's also pretty good for military supply crates, but we are going to use it to transport a bit of cheese and meat. So in order to see that it's actually filling up, I just open the back doors, and yeah, there are a lot of different locations here. A lot of them just take cheese pallets, but we are after the cheese boxes. And I think I want to bring stuff to Seogoipo or Jeju. It's each of those towns, one at the south here, one at the north, have both a pizza place and a burger place, and I want to fill up both of them. So let's see how much stuff we can fit into here. Pizza is my preferred good for the final delivery, so I will be focusing more on that. But pizza Seogupo, that's looking nice. Getting 13 boxes here. It's gonna fill up the bottom first, and on the top we can actually, yeah, just overstack the entire thing if you want to. But that also means that I can take a few items to the burger joint as well. I don't care for pizza Jeju right now, so let's just go with this. The prices are pretty decent, I would say. I wish you would get a few more items for both of these places. That would be nice. Ah, we have a few more. Apparently it doesn't allow me to stack any more up here, so yeah, I guess at this point we are going to start strapping things down and putting more on top. As per usual, sadly the game is just a bit wasteful with my space here, so it doesn't really make the best use of it. I think that's all stacked. We'll also have to take the meat, and I think it's a good idea to do both in one run. So looking at how it's filling up already, I might end up taking a cage trailer as well. Yeah, pizza Seogupu, that's the one that I want. I can put like 30 at once in there. I don't think that's a good idea trying to fill it up completely right now with how full the entire thing already is, but I mean the entire van here, not the pizza place. Was I left for this right here. But yeah, we are gonna take a few of them. I don't want to just make this entire episode of just stacking boxes. I think I can maybe throw another one or two in here. Emphasis on the throwing part. Let's see, can I slap it down? Oh yeah, I can. That's opening up a few options. The good thing is, if I don't need a cage trailer, I can actually just do this without lowering the value of every single item. Because by adding a cage trailer, I would be increasing the overall capacity and therefore everything would be worth quite a bit less. And finding a good balance for between your amount that you are transporting and the value that you get for each package is a bit of a deal. I still wish it was all conveyed a bit differently, because just looking at how the values of the boxes go from 2.5k to 438 is a bit disheartening. But in the end, there is a reason for the system. It's just presented in a way that makes it kinda not pleasing to work with, I think. Okay, getting another few here. We still have to go over to the other place. I'll do that in a moment. Also, I have lost count of how many things I have for each of the places, so that's fun. What if I throw from down here and just go maximum velocity? I mean, that's cool. I just have to make sure that I always catch the boxes when it comes to strapping them. I mean, in single player it should be fine, but on the server you do not want to do this. And yeah, let's just drive over to the meat factory. The boxes there are, I think, a tiny bit smaller. But yeah, in order to do the last step, and that's the final delivery of fully prepared pizzas and burgers, we need both the meat and the cheese. We're not gonna do anything with any dough. I guess they just have that in stock. But the premium supplies are just gonna be what's gonna make the delivery worth quite a bit. I think that recently all got a nerf, but I think it should still be decent enough. And here we have a few packages for the same place. So it seems like the meat packages are a bit wider and longer, but also flatter. Almost have the shape of a computer case. One thing that I don't like too much is that, first up, the stuff that we get in here isn't really based on anything. It's giving me 5 units every time for that place, despite it being completely empty and needing 30. And, oops, I could also just end up overfilling. I mean, that's partially on me because I don't put the stuff directly into the vehicle, but instead just getting it one by one and then just throwing it into the bag. But it's also kind of weird. Oh no, it's 23, which is nice. So I think if they just put out 30 packages for each of the places and then just kept it at that until there's either stuff delivered or I mean, no, let me start differently. If the entire place is completely empty and nobody is doing any deliveries, there should be 30 packages in here. As long as there's supplies in here. And as long as you just take stuff out and put into your truck, it should just go down. If you then log out and don't come back with stuff delivered or anything, if packages basically get lost, that thing would still like it would then restock the thing, so it would always be demand thing. You will always have enough things in here or in the storage of any vehicle for the deliveries in order to resupply. I don't know if I'm making sense of it. It's kind of simple, but I'm really doing a poor job of explaining it, and I'm sorry about it. So, yeah. The grand total amount of boxes that are available here should always be what you need in order to fully resupply a different place. And if somebody gets the boxes out of here, they don't restock as long as those boxes are still in a vehicle or on the road somewhere. But as soon as they get deleted or somebody logs out of the server, then maybe you could get an additional few. But this should basically be based on order and not allow you to just completely overfill and oversupply and that kind of thing. Although the good thing is, as soon as you get a package here, you can definitely deliver it. It's not like something like Railroads Online, where if you deliver too much stuff to an industry that cannot even store it anymore and has no way of processing it, then you wouldn't get paid. For this one, it still at least works in that way. And yeah, I have not counted how much stuff I have in here. Oh wait, the pizza stuff is gone. But yeah, my point is it should be somewhat related to what the different areas actually need. And right now it seems to all be pretty much random. And that's not amazing. Especially when working or playing on a server, I mean, it's a bit weird because you not only have to check the different places how much stuff they need, but also then have to ask other people if they are already doing any deliveries, because otherwise, well, somebody has to do the delivery to the factories over here in order to get these items, and it would be kind of a waste just delivering them without any need for that. So on the server, we are actually trying to be mindful about that. A bit more mindful when I am currently with my stacking stuff. I can make this work, but I mean, stuff is gonna stick out the back of the doors anyways. Unless they don't even fully close anymore. I think that might be an option. I think it's time to just close them. Oh god. So yeah, we try to not waste any stuff, especially the meat boxes. They are kind of annoying to get. The container deliveries to this place, in my opinion, are a bit boring. So I mean, I usually do a few of those, but I mean, this part here, just due to how tough it is to just figure out how much stuff you need at different places, and how often I ended up not getting any actual supplies at the different factories for that. I guess that's the then telling me that it's kind of full. I mean, I can't really disagree with it. There are a few friction points to the entire delivery system right now. That's what I'm meaning to say. And yeah, once again, just seeing how much value I'm losing by just putting things into a larger vehicle, it's not really helping. Gonna pick up another one or two deliveries here, and then we gonna get going. Oh god. And yeah, that also sometimes happen. You can just fall into your vehicle if you are dropping something off. I don't know what's the condition for that. I should maybe report that as a bug, but I don't know how to fully recreate it. I have it happen quite often when doing military supply crate runs, which I've done quite a bit in the recent past. They make a good bit of money, but I kind of want to stay away from that for now. It's very easy to fall into a habit of just doing only that, and that's kind of boring in the end. Anyways, we are loaded to the brim, poking out the side of the van already. Uh, okay, it's wanting me to go that way. I don't know what's up with the GPS, but it never considers this road for some reason. I think it has to do with speed limits, and this road might just be on the higher speed limit end. Also, it seems like I only picked up the stuff for the things that I want to go to, so that's good. No accidental delivery to Jeju or anything. That would be a completely different supply run. And I at least managed to avoid getting a cage trailer. I also had an idea on how to maybe make the entire stacking process a bit more orderly by basically making it like a layered Tetris game. So if you go to the van, you would have it would be facing the back wall of the driver cabin. I also just went the wrong direction here. And where you could place the stuff down, it would just go down to the ground like in a Tetris game. And if you, well, once you finish that, once you loaded in all the stuff, then you would be going one layer further ahead, and then you could start stacking stuff down that way. So basically, you go up to the back wall, load it from bottom to the top, and then once you're done that, you go one layer ahead, likely based on how much the longest item is poking out in front, and then you start the next layer, and so on and so forth. The thing is, that would make vans and stuff like that way too overpowered with how much stuff you can put in there. So I don't know. This is kind of fun, just making weird package towers, but it's also sometimes a bit annoying. So I'm not entirely sure what would be the best course of action for this. The thing is, if 3D pack stacking would be implemented into this game, I think a lot of the items transported by vans would be worth quite a bit less, just because of how much more you can get there. But yeah, this is working right now, and just keep an eye on the fuel gauge. It's gonna go down pretty quickly. Was it the last episode where I talked about the, all the different vehicles that you can buy at the heavy duty dealership, and also the Kira van? Yeah, this one has a very small fuel tank compared to the other Kiras, and it's just not that amazing for long distances. Maybe I should just go a bit further back in order to see a bit better. Oh yeah, also, I don't think I mentioned this before. I think this is the first video that I'm recording after the last racing event. I'll make sure to link the different videos for the different races of the semi-truck racing event in the description. But honestly, I won't be making it really that much of a big deal out of it as the last time. I didn't have the most time to prepare for it, and my truck, it didn't work out too well. I had it set up with very hard rear springs, just so that if I have like a heavy trailer or something that I need to tow, that it doesn't completely go down on its knees with rear suspension, and that just caused the handling to be way oversteery and just spin out so often that in the second race I just got my Golema and took that as the truck from that point on. I mean, it's a lot more stable, so that was not the worst idea, but I think my smaller SRT would have been the better choice overall if I had it set up correctly. So in the end I came into more back positions this time around in all of the races. It didn't really go too well. The first race was even such a mess with how the entire thing started on dirt roads that are a bit narrow and have some stone walls to the sides, so not even much space to run off to if something happens. We just ended up... Oh god, can I even fit below here? Doesn't seem like that. God dang it, my plans have been foiled. Just kidding, I drive in there backwards and that's gonna be it. Where was I? Apart from making a bit of money here. So the Golema was a bit better in terms of how it worked out, and yeah, the first race complete mess due to the start. A lot of people were down for a rematch, but I don't think it would have done too much for me. So I since then went on the TWL's Discord server and asked a few people about maybe giving me a better setup for that. Because I only noticed while driving that other people didn't have anywhere near the same issues with their SRT. And yeah, thanks to a few nice people, I now have a better setup for it, which I'll be using, and that didn't go too well. And that's what I'm gonna be using from this point on forward. So the racing truck is fixed. It also has a slightly different paint job now. I mean, I can show you guys. Should be enough space to spawn it in. Here we go. I just added a few more optical things to it. So in the end I adapted a few things from the suggested setups, but I didn't go the full way. For example, the person that gave me their full setup had all the springs lowered down to minus 10 centimeters, meaning that the wheels would be poking through, and I mean, it's more of an optical thing. It's not gonna mess with anything really at this point, but I like having the wheels not necessarily touch the fenders. So yeah, that's why I didn't do the full thing, but this one right now, not only looking a bit more race-like, but also should be running a bit better. But that's gonna be something to find out next time, at least in the next event. Right now, I mean, I could take it around the different places for a few runs, just to see how well it works. But yeah, that's gonna be something for later. I hope the next summer event is gonna work out a bit better for me. I really love racing these things, and I just completely miss that they don't have to handle like hot garbage. Anyways, we've done the deliveries, and we've really gone to town here. So we just need 5 more meat boxes, 7 more cheese boxes, and then the entire thing would be full. And I guess we delivered 26 and 24 of them because it already gave us the premium boxes, so it just processed a few supplies. And yeah, what I'm going to need here in order to do the runs is, I mean, I could load it into the van, but that would be very wasteful because of the cargo scaling. What I really need is a bike. One that has a box on the back. And this is going to allow me to deliver the pizzas and make a lot of money here. I don't know if we really have the time to still do that in this episode, but I'm going to try. Just despawning my vehicles now. I'm gonna do that with the mouse so that I don't need to go through the entire thing again. And now we can already make good use of the teleportation, because this is gonna be a bit closer to where we can actually buy a motorcycle compared to just driving there from the south end, because the motorcycle shop is inside Jeju. There would also be the option to just go and buy myself just one of the scooters that's actually right next to the pizza place, but I don't like them. I want a full-on motorcycle. And yeah, doing a bit more with a taxi now. I don't know when the last episode was they actually showed off this thing. I since then overhauled the suspension a bit, put out the wheels a bit further, also switched the rims so that they are a bit lighter than the original ones. And I think it now has 290 horsepower or something around that place. So I think it's the 240 horsepower engine and the stage 1 turbocharger. So this thing by now is pretty fast. Not like completely mind-blowingly amazingly fast, but there's other vehicles to do that, and I think we also may need to get one of those soon enough. And that's something that got suggested to me a while ago by AV Flashback in the comments. And he suggested getting, I mean, since I'm here already, I might as well show you guys. Getting the Enfo GT, which is obviously a Ford Focus stand-in. All-wheel drive, 320 horsepower V8 by default. So you're getting a lot of stuff for just 80,000, and I think this is one of the best base vehicles to just turn into a race car. And I think it would be ending up as a bit of a track toy for me. Also potentially taxi and maybe rally ready. So being able to do something similar to what I've done with my Mickey in the other racing event. So that's the little late 80s Nissan Micra version. Where was I? So yeah, it would be more like a rally car than anything else. And to point out what I'm actually doing with other car that I bought a while ago, the pickup truck. Let me show you guys real quick. Because that's gonna be a whole other beast once I'm done. I'm making this fully off-road ready, and this is not just for dirt roads or anything like this. This should be able to handle really difficult terrain. So I raised the I raised the chassis, I've added a winch. I still need to do a bit of power tuning, so getting another engine for it. I want to try out the V12 for it. I don't think it's gonna keep the V12, but at least I wanna see how it performs with a lot more power. I think the most powerful V8 is likely gonna be what it's gonna end up with. But that also depends on whether it can really handle that kind of power. If it's just a complete handful once you add so much more horsepower to it, then I might just end up selling it. So right now, especially when it comes to the paint shop, it's still more of a quick and dirty thing than anything permanent. I kind of like what I have here right now, but I would maybe revise the entire thing once I'm completely sure that I'm going to keep it. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that vehicle. If I don't want to keep it, I'll just likely strip it for parts. But that's something to be seen at another time. I'm also kind of curious about these bikes. I know that this one is an asset pack vehicle. I think we should talk about asset packs a bit more in the next episode or something. I had a bit of a discussion recently, and I want to clarify a few points. Since when I really talked about the use of asset packs in this game, I think that was before anybody was really watching the entire series, so I think it's time to reiterate on that. But yeah, we need the Ganfu, which is not an asset pack bike. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure that this was made specifically for the game. I mean, on most of the things, the modelers just put a little logo on for themselves, but it doesn't happen on all the vehicles. But I'm pretty sure that, yeah. Since the game has moved away from adding more asset pack stuff, which I have a few mixed feelings about. There are a few nice things that they could make use of. But since they're not doing anything of that type anymore, this should be in-house made. So I don't think we are going to get to a delivery job this time around. Maybe we'll just do that next episode, but I just wanted to show you guys the box attachment. So we just go down here and, oh, there are now 3 options for a cargo bed. Oh, nice. They must have overhauled these. I think there used to be only one and it didn't used to look this detailed. Oh, that's interesting. There's now one for pizza, one for burger, and also one for sushi. Last time I checked, the sashimi places didn't have any deliveries. You would just bring the live fish to them and that would be it. Maybe that's different now, and that would give me another reason to buy the live fish truck rather soon. But I'm not entirely sure about it. Since I'm going to do pizza for the most part, let's just get a pizza box, and that's gonna be it here. Nothing else that we can do in this menu. No aero parts either, as to be expected for a bike. Different wheel options. I like that the scooter wheels are actually wider. I may end up buying that, but it depends on what else you want to do here. I mean, there's really nothing too crazy here. Intake, I think I want to go for more power. Usually, torque can easily have you spin out, and that's not always that amazing. Let's just get a stronger engine as well. 50 horsepower is not amazing. We don't even have a turbocharger. I mean, okay, where would we even put that? But that's something that has been brought up quite a few times, especially when it comes to the police bike that has been added a while ago. That thing is a bit slow, maybe. But yeah, I guess that's all that we can do here. We can, of course, at least in terms of power, we can, of course, add a few better brake pads and that kind of thing. But in the end, I don't know if suspension really needs that much work. How are wheel spaces going to work? They don't. Which is the sensible answer. I think maybe I should make a ticket about those being removed as an option. Angle kit, still an option here, but nothing too necessary in my opinion. So I guess apart from sprucing up the looks of a bike by changing the color and everything, this is pretty much it here. So I'm gonna have a bit of a drive around, check out how the performance goes, and then yeah, just prepare for delivery next time. Until then, thanks for watching and ouch! See you guys next time. God. Bike physics in this game are something else. Anyways, till next time, have a good one. Bye bye.